Domain 1C, Setting Instructional Outcomes. With framework elements of sequence, clarity, and suitability for diverse learners in mind, the teacher guide included with each gizmo may be used during lesson planning to establish instructional outcomes and craft lesson objectives. Learning objectives are noted at the beginning of the teacher guide. The teacher is encouraged to craft their own objectives that will suit the needs of their students from the gizmo learning objectives listed. Emphasis is placed upon including 3 key elements: content, activity, and assessment when creating objectives. In the lesson overview section, the teacher can learn about the variety of activities included in the student exploration sheet to accommodate for students of varied abilities. Built upon cognitive complexity, the teacher may coordinate a variety of activities that are suitable for his or her students, all of which revolve around the selected gizmo. The suggested lesson sequence section provides ideas of how to present the material in a logical sequence and with suggested timeframes for proper pacing. Let's first look at the teacher guide as it applies to Domain 1C, Setting Instructional Outcomes. Each gizmo contains a Lesson Info tab where lesson materials are housed, and a Gizmo tab where the teacher and students may manipulate and interact with the gizmo. By navigating to the Lesson Info tab, teachers can access all of the lesson materials listed. Lesson materials are available in both PDF and Word document format, so teachers have the ability to modify any of the materials listed if they wish. To make planning and preparation more efficient, teachers may wish to carry out this task electronically. Let's now look at the teacher guide from beginning to end to see the areas that support Domain 1C, Setting Instructional Outcomes. Learning objectives is the first section of the teacher guide. We begin with the end in mind by identifying what students will be able to do at the conclusion of the gizmo activities. Such learning objectives will provide the teacher with a springboard to create their very own objectives, incorporating content, as identified here in the learning objectives section, activity, the utilization of the gizmo through whole class, small group, or one-on-one computer usage, and assessment, which the gizmo also provides support for. During ExploreLearning professional development opportunities that occur within the school district, emphasis is placed upon writing objectives that encompass all 3 components, utilizing the learning objectives listed to aid in crafting unique objectives for individual classes. In the lesson overview section, 3 activities for this gizmo example, called Force and Fan Carts, are identified. All teacher guides contain a lesson overview section, however the number of activities may differ depending upon the gizmo. Activities are built upon cognitive complexity and are presented in a progressive order. The lesson overview section of the teacher guide offers a short synopsis to aid in planning instructional activities and selecting resources and strategies. One instructional strategy may include differentiating instruction, which can be supported by utilizing the various activities outlined along with small group or individual student computer usage. Students can interact with the gizmo one-on-one or in small groups and work at their own pace by following the directions within the student exploration sheet. This allows the teacher to enter the role of a facilitator and concentrate efforts on remediating or challenging students at each learning level. The suggested lesson sequence section offers the teacher with a pre-gizmo activity, suggestions prior to using the gizmo, gizmo activities, discussion questions to infuse through the gizmo activities, and a follow-up activity. Suggested timeframes along with more specific details are noted for each element. The teacher guide also includes a scientific or mathematical background section, a connection section for science-focused gizmos, and select web resources that have been vetted by ExploreLearning's curriculum team. Focusing on the key element alignment, more specifically alignment to content standards, let us now highlight resources pertaining to gizmos that support Domain 1C, Setting Instructional Outcomes. First, it's important to note the teacher may browse for gizmos a variety of ways on ExploreLearning.com. For instance, gizmos can be browsed by state or province standard, Common Core standards, or by textbook correlation. In addition to ExploreLearning.com, gizmos have been aligned to district resources including curriculum guides. Using the curriculum guides provided by content supervisors, Gizmos have been hand correlated to make the integration of Gizmos seamless and offer the teacher ease of usage, especially during planning. This allows the teacher to view the targeted benchmark, the essential question or task at hand, and resources such as textbook, website, or other district-approved resources, which includes Gizmos. The curriculum guide offers the teacher the opportunity to select appropriate resources and coordinate learning activities, of which Gizmos can support through a variety of ways. Curriculum guides may be found in First Class, housed in the Instructional Conference, or may be accessed electronically through the school district's curriculum web pages if available. Taking efforts one step further, district content curriculum web pages have been built and Gizmos aligned for teacher online access such as middle school science and high school science. Let's take a look at an example of a school district curriculum web page to identify where Gizmos can be found. This is an example of the middle school science web page. This web page is housed under the middle school directory. High school science and high school math have similar web pages that are accessible under secondary. In this example, a middle school science teacher has the ability to quickly identify Gizmos that correlate to the curriculum he or she will be teaching and plan how to integrate the Gizmo. In middle school and high school science, the 5E lesson plan model is highly encouraged, in which Gizmos may be used as one or several of the 5 E's. Engage, explore, explain, elaborate, or evaluate. Gizmos can do them all. In fact, ExploreLearning offers customized teacher professional development on the 5E lesson plan model with Gizmos incorporated. No matter middle school or high school, a teacher typically will start off by selecting a course from the selection listed. Once they have accessed the course they wish to see, they will then select a unit, chapter, or in this case, big idea. Resources may be listed all together or broken down by benchmark like they are here. No matter the case, look for the link that pertains to viewing resources. From the list of resources provided, look for ExploreLearning Gizmos, and there the teacher will find specific Gizmos listed that correlate to the standard or benchmark identified. You may now click on the orange EL logo in the bottom right corner to return to the main menu, or wait to continue to Domain 1D, demonstrating knowledge of resources and technology.